Uh, Greetings to you, beloved. Today is morning, day 4. Um, I had a really bad headache from few days, and it actually pains my eyes. That's why I wasn't reading. Um, that's why I postponed the reading. But I tried today. I really will try to read for you. And thank Yahuwah, I'm awake today, and we awake that you can hear His word, that you can that you can see all this beautiful creation. And for all things we thank you, Yahuwah, and for your arm of deliverance, Yahushua Messiah. And I'm reading to you Ezekiel 33. Thank you, Yahuwah, for all things. I'm starting 33. And the word of Yahuwah came to me, saying, Son of man, speak to the children of your people, and you shall say to them, When I bring the sword upon the land, and the people of the land shall take a man from their borders, and shall make him their watchman. And he sees the sword coming upon the land, and shall blow with the shofar, and shall warn the people. Then whoever shall hear the voice of the shofar, and shall not take the warning, if the sword comes and takes him away, his blood is on his own head. He heard the voice of the shofar, but he did not take a warning. His blood is on himself. But he who takes warning shall deliver his being. But if the watchman sees the sword coming and shall not blow with the shofar, and the people shall not be warned, and the sword comes and takes any being from among them, he is taken away in his crookedness, and his blood are required at the watchman's hand. And you, son of man, I have made you a watchman for the house of Israel. And you shall hear a word from my mouth, and shall warn them for me. When I say to the wrong, or wrong one, you shall certainly die, and you have not spoken to warn the wrong from his way, that wrong one shall die in his crookedness, and his blood I require at your hand. But when you have warned the wrong to turn from his way, and he has not turned from his way, he shall die in his crookedness, but you have delivered your being. And you, son of man, say to the house of Israel, This is what you have said. If our transgressions and our sins lie upon us, and we pine away in them, how then shall we live? Say to them, As I live, declares the Adoni Yahuwah, I have no pleasure in the death of the wrong, but the wrong turn from his ways and live. But that the wrong turn from his way and live. Turn back from your evil ways. For why should you die, O house of Israel? And you, O son of man, say to the children of your people, The righteousness of the righteous man shall not deliver him in the day of his transgressions. And as for the wrongness of the wrong, he shall not stumble because of it in the day that he turns from his wrong. And the righteous shall not be able to live because of his righteousness in the day that he sins. When I say to the righteous that he shall live, and he has trusted in his righteousness, and shall do unrighteousness, none of his righteousness shall be remembered, but because of his unrighteousness that he has done, he shall die. Again, when I say to the wrong, you shall certainly die, if he turns from his sins and does right and righteousness. If the wrong restores the pledge, gives back what he has stolen, and walks in the laws of life without doing crookedness, he shall certainly live, he shall not die. None of his sins which he has committed shall be remembered against him. He has done right and righteousness, he shall certainly live. And the children of your people have said, the way of Yahuwah is not fair, but it is their way which is not fair. When the righteous turns from righteousness and does unrighteousness, he shall die because of it. But when the wrong turns from his wrongness and does right and righteousness, he shall live because of it. And you have said, the way of Yahuwah is not fair. O house of Israel, I shall judge every one of you according to his own ways. And it came to be in the 12th year of our exile, in the 10th month, on the 5th of the new month, that one who had escaped from Jerusalem came to me and said, the city has been stricken, and the hand of Yahuwah came upon me that evening, the evening before the man came with who had escaped, and he had opened my mouth before he came to me in the morning. And my mouth was open, and I was no longer silent. Then the word of Yahuwah came to me, saying, Son of man, they who inhabit those ruins in the land of Israel are saying, Abraham was only one, and he inherited the land. But we are many. Let the land be given to us as a possession. Therefore say to them, Thus said Adonai Yahuwah, you eat meat with blood, and you lift up your eyes toward your idols, and shed blood. Should you then possess the land? You depend on your sword, and you commit abominations, and each of you defiles his neighbor's wife. Should you then possess the land? Say to them, Thus said Adonai Yahuwah, as I live, those who are in the ruins shall fall by the sword, and the one who is in the open field I shall give it to the beasts to be devoured. And those who are in the strongholds and caves shall die of the pestilence. And I should make the land a desert, a waste. The arrogance of her strength shall cease, and the mountains of Israel shall be waste, with none passing through. And they shall know that I am Yahuwah, when I have made the land a desert and a waste, because of all the abominations which they have done. As for you, son of man, the children of your people are talking about you beside the walls and in the doors of the houses. And they speak to each other, each saying to his brother, Please come and hear what the word is that comes from Yahuwah. And they come to you as the people do. And they sit before you as my people. And they hear your words, but they do not do them. For with their mouth they show much love. Their hearts pursue their greedy gain. And see, you are to them as the very lovely song of one who has beautiful voice and playing well on an instrument. And they hear your words, but they do not do them. And when it comes, see, it shall come. Then they should know that the prophet has been in their midst. Beloved, I'm a watchman. I believe that's why I have a heart for you. That's why I have a heart. And I grieve because I can't look at you going down. And I keep warning you. I keep really telling you the truth. And I ask you to turn from your ways. I will keep asking you. Turn from your ways. Turn from your selfish ways. Turn from your desires of man and return to Yahuwah, to his commands, to his daborim, Don't do those things you like to do, but what He's asking you. Don't follow a man on those ministries, the leaders of the fellowship, even small fellowships. They like to be complimented. They want to be praised and admired for how blessed they are and for everything they say. That's idolatry. If they take your compliments and if they give you compliments to receive back your reward by words of flattery and sugarcoating words, you commit idolatry. You idolize those people. This is breaking the second commandment. Only Yahuwah is the one we should worship, Him alone. And Yahusha, who is His arm of deliverance, should be recognized and should be loved and honored. His blood being shed for our transgressions. Why don't you do things which they right? Why don't you turn from your doings and do the things Yahuwah asks you to do and walk His ways? Why are you busy with doing this Paleo Hebrew? Why are you doing these things in flesh, dressing yourself like a clown? Women putting covering on their heads, dressing like half a Muslim. It's not about outside. It's not about how you look like. It's about your heart. We should still wear modest clothing, but not just to dress as someone, but to show respect to Yahuwah. It's not about how you look, but it's about your heart. It's about your true self. Are you fully committed to Yahuwah, or is just to show off to others? Are you righteous so you show to others? If you dress like that, if you wearing tzitzis and covering, or you show yourself righteous in front of everyone? Are you righteous? Are you set apart? Ask yourself. I'm a sinner. I am not good at all, but I deny myself to Yahuwah to do good so He can work through me. But I won't do it to go outside and present myself perfect and wearing those clothes and see you look at me. It's not about who you present yourself, what you say, but it's about the truth, what is in your heart, man, woman, my brothers and sisters. And I won't call you brothers and sisters. I have rights to not to call you. If you disobey Yahuwah, Yahusha said, when He answered, my brother and sister, who is my brother and sister? Those who obey the word of my Father. Walk His ways. Turn from your doings. Turn from your inspiration for your own desires and walk His ways only. And I speak to you, and my voice is like a sweet song to you. And you like to listen, but you don't do the word of Yahuwah. I bless you in Yahusha's name. Amen.